Hi, it's Jake here, and I'm here to clean Matthew up. He's been a real, just kidding. I don't really know Matthew that well, but it's nice to win. So, Matthew, you're going down.
I'm glad to be back. Jake seems like a cool guy. I like the movie that he picked, so I think I'm just here to have a fun time.
Welcome to Opening Night Trivia League, the singles edition. I'm John Marr. With me, as 80% of the time, Jack Pinchuk. Jack, short promos today. I like it. How you feeling?
Yeah, short and sweet. We're still under a minute taping, and we're totally done promos. That's nice. Yeah, no. How you doing, John?
Pretty good. I can't complain. So both these guys not so lucky in their first outings here, but there is tough competition here in ONTL, so that doesn't mean anything about their total trivia knowledge. But we've got a battle of 0-1 records here today. So with that being said, let's bring these gentlemen in the order you saw them in their pre-match promos for the record of 0-1. Mr. Jake Cruickshank. Jake, how you doing this evening?
Pretty good. I kind of remember winning my last one, so this is a real come down for me. Hearing that I didn't, I'm like, oh.
Well, that's a positive. If you're always a winner in your mind, it'll eventually, you put it in the universe, it's going to be there.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh, hey, how's it going? And his opponent, also the record of 0-1, Mr. Matthew Chen. Matthew, always a pleasure to have you. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Just been busy with Thanksgiving, so hopefully, I remember some of these deep cuts. I didn't get a chance to rewatch my movie, so we'll see what happens.
We will see what happens. For those of you out there in YouTube land, if this is your first time watching, let me run down what's going to happen. Round one, it's a whiteboard round. Every league does it. We do it too. We give you 10 questions, though, from 10 different categories. If you get all 10 questions right, there is an 11th bonus question. It happens sometimes. Everybody's going to have 20 seconds to write their answers down. Then I will call on them. They'll turn their boards around. They'll show the answer. They'll say their answer. If they get it right, they get a point. Jack, do you want to read the odd questions or the even questions?
I think I'll take the evens.
All right, then we'll start with the odd question. Number one, in the category of quotes. In what 2000s film will you hear the quote, "Two little mice fell in a bucket of cream. The first mouse quickly gave up and drowned. The second mouse wouldn't quit. He struggled so hard that eventually the cream turned into butter and he crawled out." And I flubbed that quote a little bit, but I think the quote having 50,000 words in it, if you don't know it, you don't know it. And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Can I repeat?
Yes, you can. Hey, that's a good time to mention both these guys have 3 repeats and a challenge if they want to use them. Your quote question again. In what 2000s film will you hear the quote, "Two little mice fell in a bucket of cream. The first mouse quickly gave up and drowned. The second mouse wouldn't quit. He struggled so hard that eventually he churned that cream into butter and crawled out." And that is the exact quote.
Yeah, no, I didn't exactly read the quote before I gave you the odds. I just saw the first question was a paragraph. I'm like, I'll let you take that.
Yeah. You guys have 2 languages in Canada, so it's understandable. We only have 1, so 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll start with Matthew.
There's a great song called "Butter Out of Cream" from the musical Catch Me If You Can.
And Jake.
I knew it was Walk-In. I just couldn't pull it.
Catch Me If You Can is the correct movie.
Yes. So Matthew takes the 1-point lead as we get into your second question, which comes in the category of family. Which Disney character serves as the main villain of Chippendale Rescue Rangers?
I haven't seen this, but everyone who I've talked to about this movie thinks it's the bee's knees.
Yes, that's more or less the vibe I get from what people have told me.
Well, let's see who that is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start with Jake.
I can't. I know it's something.
And Matthew.
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan is the bad guy in that movie. Your third question comes in the category of music, movies revolving around music. What is Baby's real first name in Dirty Dancing?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. First time, when I first saw what is baby's real first name, I just automatically assumed this was gonna be a Baby Driver question. But then it's got a lot of
other
music.
characters named
It's
Baby.
classified as a music film, so that's just me being dumb.
It's music, dancing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Late stage hint. Also, my grandmother's first name, if you know her. Matthew
I can pull it.
and Jake.
I just guessed Jessica.
No, it's an older lady's name. It's Frances. Frances.
Ah.
With that, we have no more perfect rounds as we get into your fourth question, which is in the category of 1990s. Who stars in and directed Bulworth?
I remember this movie fondly.
Yes, yet another movie I have not seen.
I can't really blame you for not seeing this one, though. Not that it's bad, but I can imagine this movie is probably being buried for not really holding up that great.
That's fair.
4, 3, 2, 1. Jake
Warren Beatty.
and Matthew.
Warren Beatty.
Warren Beatty's correct. Your next question comes in the category of horror. Which 70s horror film ends with a nightmare featuring the dead titular character attacking another character when they visit their former house? Very descriptive. Very descriptive.
Yes. Definitely intentional that I gave you the horror question to read.
I'm glad you did that. You know, I love it. I can't get enough. And one of my horror defenses, I think, dropped today. So check that out on the old YouTube. 5, 4. Oh, this has been taped later. 3. It wasn't today. It was weeks ago. 1. Matthew.
Carrie.
And Jake.
Yeah, when my mother told me before this round, she said, "They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you." It's just been repeating in my head.
Carrie is the correct answer.
So now 4-2 lead for Matthew as we get into your next question, which comes in the category of crime. What kind of company does Harlan run in Knives Out? I won't spoil it. I saw Glass Onion just this last weekend with my sister.
Compared to Knives Out, how do you rate it?
It is so close. I have to see Glass Onion again before I come to like an actual decision as to which one I think is better. But it's way closer than I ever thought it would be.
That's high.
Knives Out's fantastic, and
5,
I love Glass Onion.
4, 3, 2, 1. Jake
Publishing.
and Matthew.
What's the right term? I said book.
Book publishing. Yeah, that's correct.
I was like, that's the right term.
A book company. Your next question comes in the category of musicals. It's like Will's here now. It's great. Name both directors of Singing in the Rain. Yeah, there were 2.
Something I didn't know until this year.
I'm not sure if I necessarily would have got this within 20 seconds, but maybe eventually.
I still haven't seen this movie, much to Alex's chagrin. He's very
upsetting multiple people in this community. 5, 4.
Yet another thing for Cody to get mad at me about.
1. Matthew
Gene Kelly and Stanley Donen.
and Jake.
Yeah, I couldn't pull Stanley Dolan, but yeah. Okay.
Gene Kelly and Stanley Donen is correct. Your next question comes in the category of movie release dates. What year were Rocky IV, Clue, and Reanimator released?
Yes.
And I've seen all 3 of these multiple times. That's crazy. I've seen all 3 of them multiple times.
I've seen one, and I have seen it a couple times, I will say. I've never seen Rocky IV.
I thought Rocky IV was the one you saw. But you're from Canada. You're from Canada. You don't care. 5, 4. Cold War means nothing to you. 3, 2, and 1. We are over to Matthew again.
Reanimator is the reason I know it. 1985.
And Jake.
Yeah, 1981.
1985 is correct.
Damn.
All right, as we get into your penultimate question of the round, in the category of directors, who directed 2007's Halloween?
Did I steal your question? I'm sorry, Jack. I didn't mean
Oh,
to.
you did, but that's okay. I get
You
to
can
steal
read the last one. You get to read the
horror.
last one. Man. Yeah,
Okay, cool. I'll read the last one as well.
that's how that's
Yeah.
gonna work. See, I can give back.
Yeah, no, it's all good. This movie, decent. The sequel, a hateful abomination of film. It's
That's
bad.
pretty much the consensus. 5,
I
4,
hate that movie so
3,
much.
2, 1. Now we're supposed to have Matthew first. Go ahead, Matthew.
I watched the director's cut for both. Rob Zombie.
And Jake.
I actually prefer two a little bit. Robert Zombie.
his full Christian first name of Robert Zombie is correct.
Yes. As we get and with there being no perfect rounds, this will be your final question in round number 1. Comes in the category of coming of age. Who plays Cher in Clueless? Yet another movie I have not seen.
You ever seen Clueless?
I don't know what to tell you. I've seen the other Paul Rudd movie that came out that same year.
Well, now they know
have-
Paul Rudd didn't play Cher, Jack. Thanks for letting that slip.
Ah, shit. Sorry.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jake
Was Brittany Murphy Cher?
and Matthew.
Alicia Silverstone.
Brittany Murphy is in it, but we're looking for Alicia Silverstone.
I didn't remember the names.
With that, I have Matthew only missing 1 for a total of 9, and Jake at 4. Is that correct?
That is what I have, yes.
Okay. So
Bravo,
we're
Matthew.
going to move on to
Thank you. I've never done this well before, so
You're killing it, Matthew.
moving on to round number 2, which is the deep cut round. Before the match, these two gentlemen chose films. They watched both those films. We wrote deep cut questions from those films. And we're going to ask 5 questions per film. If we're talking about your film, that question is worth 1 point to you. If we're talking about your opponent's film, that question is worth 2 points to you. With that being said, Matthew, you are ahead. So do you want to choose which film, and which film's yours? I'm not even sure which film yours is yours.
Oh, mine is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
All right. So do you want Everything Everywhere All at Once, or do you want The Fan first?
I want the fan first.
Okay. Jack, do you have a preference which questions you'd like to read?
I feel like I'll probably be a little better off with the Everything Everywhere questions. I haven't seen The Fan yet.
All right, then I will read these questions about The Fan. And I believe this is not the 1990s version of The Fan. This is the other fan, The Fan. So here we go. Your first question. What last name did Belle give the detective when she was struggling to remember Douglas's last name? I don't give out fake last names because people mispronounce my last name all the time. So it's like having a fake last name. It's great.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Matthew
Fairbanks.
and Jake.
Lee.
Fairbanks is the correct answer. Your second question. After opening night of Never Say Never, Jake is going to come back and pick up Sally in how many minutes?
Going back to that fake last name question for a minute. I've only ever had to give a fake last name once, and it was because some jackass customer was screaming at me, and that this is back when I worked at 7-Eleven. I can't remember.
It wasn't to escape immigration agents. 5,
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
3,
That was a year ago.
1.
I don't remember shit.
Jake
20?
and Matthew.
I said 15.
Somewhere in the middle of there, 18 minutes. 18 minutes. Your third question. What number birthday is Sally celebrating in this film? How old she be?
Okay, I hate it when this happens. I had something I was going to say, and now I can't remember what it was. Fuck. Whatever.
We're going to need our second number answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Matthew
Is it 50th?
and Jake.
Well, she actually kind of says she stopped counting at some point, but it is 50 that she says, right?
We have 49th. 49th.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I thought it was 50 too. I don't know.
You guys were close. Only one off.
Whatever. We both either got it wrong or we both got it right.
Your fourth question. What is the name of the first horse brought up on the radio before Douglas kills Pop?
Oh, man.
I can't say I'm familiar with this film, but these questions are intriguing.
Yeah, but then again, I've said it before on while hosting matches. Last time I watched a movie because I got interested because of the deep cut questions, I watched Yellow Submarine, and that's not going to happen again. So I don't know if I'll see the fan anytime soon.
2, 1. Jake
Stuart.
and Matthew.
Is it Mr. Samples?
Mr. Samples is the
Holy
name.
shit.
And your final
Matthew,
question.
you earned this one.
Your final question in the fan. During her argument with Jake, Sally says that what he has with her isn't a relationship, but what?
A relationship.
Yes. Oh dear God.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Matthew
I couldn't pull anything.
and Jake.
A liaison.
It's not a relationship. It's the Red Cross. The Red Cross.
Okay, I remember that.
That being said, I have Matthew pulling it up to 13 and Jake still at 4. Is that correct?
That is indeed what I have. Yeah.
All right. So we'll move on to the Everything Everywhere All at Once questions. Go ahead, Jack.
All right. Your first question from Everything Everywhere All at Once. What is the name of the algorithm used for verse jumping? Yeah, no. Watching, I've only seen this movie once, and I have to see it again because there's a few things I've forgotten. But this is one of the weirdest movies I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but it seems complicated. But
Truly
that's
wild.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are over to Jake
I just watched it and I have no idea.
and Matthew.
I said alpha. I don't know.
It's the.
Oh,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if you've seen
Okay.
it, you probably know how to pronounce it. Go ahead.
Both incorrect. I don't even remember how to pronounce this, but it's the stochastic path algorithm or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah. Cool.
Stochastic path algorithm. I don't know, but both are incorrect. So we get on to your second question from Everything Everywhere All at Once. What does Evelyn turn a grenade into during the stairway fight?
So is this like a movie where like everyone's just like the Scarlet Witch or something? Is that what happens? Is that like?
It is so difficult to kind of explain, especially since I haven't seen it in a few months. But like,
David Cronenberg didn't direct this? All right.
no. If you've seen Swiss Army Man, it's the same two people.
Oh, I've seen Swiss Army Man. All right, cool.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Matthew
Perfume.
and Jake.
Couldn't get it.
Perfume's great.
I have to tell you, I cried like 2 or 3 times watching this again. Like,
Yeah,
I think it's beautiful. I love this movie. It's really nice.
I've seen it 5 times now, so it's like I've cried like pretty much every time.
This is my second time. Yeah.
All right. With that, your third question from Everything Everywhere All at Once. How long have Joy and Becky been together? Yeah, no. Honestly, John, I think this is a movie that you could really like. It's a lot of fun.
I plan on watching it soon. I am getting to it. It's coming up
Okay.
soon in my list.
Thank goodness. It's a lot of fun. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That brings us back over to Jake
Oh, 4 years.
and Matthew.
To 3 years.
3 years. It's great.
God damn it. Matthew, you're cleaning me up.
Your penultimate question from Everything Everywhere All at Once. What is the first way that Evelyn mispronounces Jobu Tupaki? I mean, to be fair, kind of difficult name to mispronounce, or kind of easy name to mispronounce.
When I first heard that there was a character named Jobu in this movie, I was like, "Oh, it's the thing from Major League. It's the friggin' thing from the blocker in Major League." Jobu, but it's apparently somebody else. It's not a Haitian god that smokes cigars. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Matthew
I said Jobu Tabuti. I don't remember.
and Jake.
I said Jojo Bukaki.
Matthew is close. Apparently, the first name is Juju Tabuti.
Juju. I was like, you could be like letters off, like very slightly off.
Juju.
And here's how we stand in this last question. Jake has to hit it, and Matthew would have to miss to not go to round 3.
I think if Jake hits and Matthew hits, we still go to round 3 because Matthew would have a 10-point lead.
He would have an 11-point lead. I have him with an 11-point lead then.
Okay, I'll trust you. I'm bad at math. Yeah. Anyway,
I have myself at 15. No,
Yeah, I have 15-4. So
Yes.
if he hits at all, there's no round 3. But he would have to miss, and Jake would have to hit to go to round 3.
okay. Yeah.
I know my country is like 25th in math, but I got this.
Okay, cool. All right. 3, 2, 1. All right, and your final question from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Name 3 of the 5 professions that Deidre says that Evelyn is based on what they're trying to deduct at their audit. I think I read that exactly as it was.
That makes sense to me. I haven't seen this movie, but I can visualize what's really going on through that question.
Yeah, I understand what the question is. I got it.
Yeah,
fair enough.
That's what we're going for in a trivia league. That the contestants understand the questions. Everybody out there, you're starting a trivia league. That's rule number 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll start with Jake.
Singer, dancer, chef.
And Matthew.
I said writer, chef, teacher.
Matthew is correct. Novelist, chef, teacher, singing coach, and Watsu technician dancer is not one of them. With that being said, and your winner, by way of knockout, Matthew Chen. With that, we're going to go to our post-match interview, starting with our unfortunate second-place finisher, Jake Cruickshank. Jake, just an uphill battle today.
Yeah, well, when you say second place, it doesn't sound so bad, actually. I kind of like the sound of that. Hey, I finished
and
second.
Liv's here, so say hello and then say hi, and then go.
Hi, Liv.
Hi.
Bye, Liv.
Nice to meet you, Liv. Yeah, but no, I think this might be. I'm not just saying this. I think this might be my worst trivia round. I just froze. I was like a deer in the headlights there. But Matthew, I worship at the altar of Matthew, the trivia king, in my opinion. Now, congratulations, though. It was a lot of fun, and I had a lot of fun rewatching Everything Everywhere All at Once again. So. Thank you.
Well, this is also so we're always having everybody back, so we will see you probably next year. Is there anybody looking forward to playing, or anybody you want to call out here in your post match interview?
No, I like No.
All right. No is a perfectly acceptable answer. With that being said, we thank Jake for coming by today, and we're going to bring in today's winner, Mr. Matthew Chen. Matthew, bell to bell, pretty strong. 9 out of round 1. Hit most of them, I would say. Well, hit more than your opponent in round 2. Didn't have to do round 3. How you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I think last ONTL match I got 4 points in round 1, so I'm definitely, I was shocked that like I was able to get 9 today. I'm really happy about my performance. I think Jake just it was a little unfortunate today. I was really on top of my game, so but
yeah. Oh, so I think we will see you back next season at 1-1. Is there anybody you're looking forward to playing next season?
Jack Pinchuk.
All right, let's do it. Anyone can cook Civil War. I'm down.
That we can make happen. I'm pretty sure that Jack. What's your record?
With you at 1-1, I'm sure that if and when I lose my next General Movies match, you would be a great opponent. So can't wait for that to happen.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. That'll happen. We're going to make sure it happens. But again, Matthew, thank you for stopping by, and we will see you soon here or elsewhere. Jack, short and sweet last words. What do we got?
Yeah, no, it just wasn't Jake's day today, but even with the way Matthew was playing, Jake would have really needed to have a big round 2 to keep it going. It just Matthew was on the absolute top of his game, and we've all had matches like that where we're just not there for it. But just shake it off, one game at a time. Play, and Jake will have another match soon enough where he can find some redemption, I'm sure. So great. Just unfortunate that this was that match for Jake.
Well, I can't add to that. That's great advice from Jack for any players, any aspiring players. Just got to shake it off and come on back. And we definitely will see both these players back before you know it. Until next time, I'm John Maratz, Jack Pinchuk, for Matthew Chen and Jake Cruickshank, for Adelaide Spence and all the writers and admins of Opening Night Trivia League. Thank you for watching. And when we post another video, watch that one too. And then keep doing that and make a habit out of it. And then harass us to do more. We like being harassed by fans. Talk to you later.